Is the best way to play board games alone? While many people have long thought of board gaming as purely a social hobby, the pandemic and the accompanying social distancing gave a lot of people a reason to try gaming solo, and more people have discovered that they like it. Does social gaming have its place? Sure. That place just isn't here. Not in my house. But there are some distinct advantages that gaming solo has, even for open-minded folk who enjoy gaming both ways. Welcome to Top 5 Solo Games. I'm horror writer and board game addict J. Allen Riker. And these are my top 5 reasons to game solo. Benefit number 5, the online community. So let me just say straight out that I think that the entire board game community is one of the most friendly. It is nice when you're all gathering around something that you enjoy. But I think that the online solo gaming community is especially warm and inviting. For people whose only interactions about their favorite hobby occur exclusively online, they tend to be very invested in their communities, and they seem to always be enthusiastic to help, to cheer on your stories, and especially to recommend a board game. So you might want to hide your wallet from yourself. There are Facebook groups, which is one of my favorite ways to talk about solo board games. There are board game geek guilds. There are Discord servers, and of course, there are YouTube comment sections. And they're all great ways to interact with friendly, enthusiastic solo gamers. Yeah, you run into the occasional alpha nerd who will one-up every single thing that you say. But on the whole, the solo gaming community is great, and it's actually almost the only place where I will interact with people online who I don't know. To put it another way, I love you guys. My number 4 benefit of solo gaming is the chance to fully immerse yourself in the game. No side conversations, no struggling to think during your turn when everyone else is chatting, none of that annoying and stressful social interaction. Just you and the game that some passionate designer spent years developing. You can take a minute or an hour or however long you want to just admire the beauty of the mechanisms all working together. You can take in the art. You can play with the components, because these are just big toy boxes. And you can really appreciate the game that you're playing with no distraction. And I think that a good board game, at least sometimes, deserves that sort of engagement. You know, I'm not saying it has to be all the time, but to sit down alone with a game that you really enjoy and just spend some time appreciating it, I think is a very rewarding experience. Well, does that sound hoity-toity, highfalutin? Then how about this practical benefit? Benefit to solo gaming number 3, play whenever you want. Start when you want, end when you want. Set the game aside until tomorrow if you get tired, instead of having to push through. Do you have a few free minutes? You know, do you have 5 minutes to step away from your work desk? Take a turn. Pretend that you have the self-control to take a single turn, and then keep playing. Lose your job, your house. Make a new house out of CMON expansion boxes. You have what matters then, your precious games, and all the time in the world to play them. Just be sure to keep your glasses on one of those cords that like librarians wear in the movies. Insomnia? Play a game. Homesick? Play a game. Eating dinner? Well, you're playing solo, and it's your game, so you make the rules, you monster. A reason that might be even better is reason number 3. Quit whenever you want. I had never thought of this before as I basically exclusively play solo, and if I'm not, I'm kind of running things because I'm the one who owns all the board games. I'm choosing the selection that's going to be played with my family on those rare occasions. But I think it was Messy Mary who pointed this out in the comments, and I had never thought about what a benefit it is to be able to quit a game whenever you want. And I don't mean in a single session, though that is a benefit. If I don't like a game, I just stop playing it. I sell it. I have so many games to play. Like, so many games that I legitimately love playing and that are amazing and that I never seem to squeeze enough plays in a year. And so many new games to learn that are staring at me judgmentally from their places on the shelf in their shrink wrap. If I bounce off a game and I don't feel like there's anything there for me, I can just move on. What if your gaming group just started Gloomhaven or a long narrative campaign? You can either suffer through or you can find a new gaming group, like for the next year. And good luck on making friends. As far as I know, that's a myth. And my number one benefit of playing solo is simmering and analysis paralysis. Folks, I am not quick-witted. I am a slow thinker. You may have noticed the long pauses between my words. I know that I sure have, as I take hours to edit them down to reasonable lengths in each video. Well, I assure you that exactly the same thing is going on inside of my head. And you know what makes me think even more slowly? Being put on the spot with people staring at me. I love just shooting right past the maximum time listed on a box. You know, pass it by half an hour, by an hour, double it. I love moving pieces around back and forth. I love considering every option. It takes me exactly as long to play Under Falling Skies, one of my top analysis paralysis games, on easy mode as on hard mode. Because when I love a game, I want to get lost in those mechanisms and find the best path forward. Like, regardless of if it's necessary. Because I've got a little secret for you. It's never necessary. It's a game. So for me, really embracing that analysis paralysis is part of the fun of gaming. You know, unless somebody is staring at me waiting for me to move. When you're playing solo, simmering and AP is all gravy. And baby, you got a stew going. So those are my top 5 reasons. Do you have any other reasons for gaming solo? Or do people just not like you? Let me know down in the comments. And as always, have a great day and keep playing solo.